Good evening, everybody, and welcome back. Sammy here at Sammy G Stitches, and it is time for a new Flosstube week. I am a couple days late. I had a very busy weekend that made me too exhausted to film. So, let's go over this last week. So, on Sunday, I can't remember what day we filmed last week, but on Sunday I switched to Alice. I think it was I hadn't stitched on her yet. Anyway, so she was my daily 100 this week, and I got all 7 days put in, and we are definitely closing that gap. So it's looking really good. This is Mini Alice in a Dolly Dream from Jasmine Beckett Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So this is my daily 100 every other week, and it's looking really good. I'm not sure what else to say about her. We see her all the time. So she, I did stitch on her during my live on Tuesday, so everybody got to see up real close. And yeah, so she got 700 stitches this week. All right, and then let me pull up my app to see what was next. I have the whole pile next to me, but so then Monday, went to work for a little bit, and then, where's my notions? Then I worked on, so everything this week was random. I just pulled a bunch of stuff that needed to be stitched on into my bag and brought it in the house, and each day I just kind of randomly pulled from it. So on Monday, after getting my daily 100 in on Alice, I worked on the fox from Cottage Garden Samplings. It was one of the animals from last year, year before. Anyway, got about 400 stitches put in it, so it's looking super adorable. I always enjoy working on this one and hope I get to again soon. The cats are going to decide to fight right on my stand. This is on 32 count Jobelin and Spellbound from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a beautiful gray that I felt like worked really well for this winter scene. So, and I got about 400 stitches put into it this week. All right, next I worked on Miss Christmas Eve, and so Tuesday I had my live from like 1:30 to 3 something, I think, and we worked on the daily 100 on Alice, and then I don't know what I got busy with that evening, but then, so by the time I got to sit down and stitch, I didn't get a whole lot of stitching time, and I realized that pretty much everything I put in here I get to pull right back out. So here is Miss Christmas Eve from Nora Corbett or Mirabilia, I'm not sure which, same person, so I don't think it really matters. So I stitched all in this dark green area. I just put in 100 stitches and realized that this is why I struggle with Mirabilias and stuff. It's because I'm having to skip for beads, right? And so this 4-pack here for beads needs to be 1 down. And so everything from here up needs to be torn out. So this is Miss Christmas Eve, and it is on a 40 count linen in Ash Rose from Zweigart. Not sure where her bag is. Guess we'll find it by the time we're done. So that was actually my Monday night project. Okay, hold on. Let me back up a little bit. So Sunday into Monday, I worked on the fox. Monday night, but it was just after midnight, I worked on Miss Christmas Eve. Then we had the live. And then I pulled out Trick or Treat. Should have flipped this pile upside down. Here is Trick or Treat from Cottage Garden Samplings. I'm working, so I work one strand of something inside of here, one strand on border. So we got this much border added and this much into this section. My brain does not want to work. So, and I put in just over 200 stitches, so not a whole lot, but progress is progress. So I know I had to finish up the webbing and then work my way down. And this is going to be a cat, so I'm super excited for that one. All right, this is on a 32 count Lugana in Hestia from Under the Sea Fabrics. I really like it. I feel like it's perfect for this piece. All right, next. I got 300 stitches in on that. 100 was after midnight. So then Wednesday night, let's see, Wednesday evening. Oh, I forgot to put that in. Wednesday I went to work again. Man, I'm a mess. Okay. So Wednesday I worked again, and then that night I worked on Garden Prelude. Where are you? This pile is about to tip over. Okay. And on this one, I got about 200 stitches put in. So I was working a lot right up here, trying to fill some in on the dress so we can get moving. This is Garden Prelude. It's by Mirabilia. It is on a 32 count Twilight Meadow, 32 count Lugana in Twilight Meadow from Sunny Dyes Fabrics. They don't dye fabric anymore. So that is where we got to on Garden Prelude. We're moving through this really quick tonight. I'm not feeling overly chatty. All right. Thursday, we went live again on both YouTube and Twitch in the evening time, approximately 8:30, and we streamed for almost 3 hours. And I didn't bring that project in. That was on Mystery Kitty. First, we kitted up something new that I don't know. I don't have an intention to start anytime soon. I just trying to get a few things kitted up, and doing it with the help of the chat room was a lot of fun. We kitted up Spooky Stroll based on the poll that was in the community chat. So we did that, and then we stitched on Mystery Kitty for 100 stitches. I've learned that I tend to stop stitching when I start talking, and so I didn't get as much stitching as I would have liked. But that's okay. We had a great time. There was a great conversation going on. Even when I logged off, the chat was talking to each other, which was great. And I almost didn't want to leave, but I had also been on there for 3 hours. So I'm going to do that again this week. Tuesday from 1:30 to I don't know when. And then Thursday from 8:30 p.m. to who knows. I do know Lexi wants to join me one or both of those days with diamond painting. I have a poll up in the community tab right now as to what I'm going to stitch tomorrow, but by the time this gets uploaded, that's probably not going to give anyone a lot of time. And then after that live, I will put up another community poll for what we're going to kit up on Thursday, and then we'll stitch up Mystery Kitty. So that's going to be kind of the routine for at least a couple weeks. Depending on how the week goes, I may have a couple pop up just randomly, but we'll see. Okay, so that was Thursday, and then Friday, I don't think I didn't stitch. Maybe I just didn't put it in here. think I have my dates all wrong. Because I put Mystery Kitty on Saturday. I didn't go live on Saturday. I'm trying to think of Friday night. What did I do? And I don't have my other phone to look at pictures. Oh, Lexi and I went to the batting cages. That was fun. I did work on something though. I can't remember what I stitched on. Yeah, so Lexi and I went to the batting cages. I might have only gotten my daily 100 in. We worked on my hair. I think that's it for Friday. Saturday, again, I think I only got my daily 100 in. Had to go to work. We ended that a little bit earlier than I normally would have, and played pinochle with my in-laws. It was a lot of fun. We did lose, my husband and I, but we didn't lose badly. We held our own pretty well. Oh. I'm thinking I just don't have some of this stuff in here. Hold on. That's got to be it. We'll just go through the rest of these whips. How's that sound? All right. So, another night. It wasn't last night because I didn't stitch last night. I don't know, maybe. Anyway, I worked on the Aristocats. And I know I put in 500 stitches, which is 1,010 stitches. But I mark 1,000 off my chart. So, I mean, it's technically 1,000 less I have to stitch at this point. But I am trying to go in and do all the outlining. So the black in the project. And we finished up this page and we started on this page. So, we finished the first column completely, finished a page in the second column, and instead of moving up, which I will, but I decided to go ahead and try and get, this actually does finish out this page. So I was able to go that far over. And once I've worked this page, because this page is finished, once I finish this page, then we'll move up. And that way I can actually move stuff down in the Q-snap. Because when I put it back on the Q-snap, I didn't know how much further down I had to go. So that is where we're at on the Aristocats. This is an Etsy design. It's charted similar to like a donut stitch, but it was from Cross Stitch for You, I believe. And it is on a 28 count Lugana 1/1 or 2/1 tent stitch. So every time I pull this one out, I'm like, I don't want to put it away because I see so much progress because I'm only doing tent stitching. And like, if you look here, you wouldn't even be able to tell. You can kind of tell like in these parts until it gets filled in with color. So I really like it. All right. So there's that one. I also worked on Celebrate Halloween. And I think I only put a couple hundred stitches in on this one, 200 or 300. I'm almost finished. Well, I'm almost finished with this page, except there's a bit of a leaf that would be under the Q-snap, hence the 2 stitches there before it disappears. But I was like, I want to get this stuff over here before I move the Q-snap again. So I started working on this page and didn't get very far because I didn't want to have to get up to get my black. So I finished what I could and I was like, okay, and I'm done for tonight. So this is Celebrate Halloween from Madame Chantilly. It is on a 40 count Verdal in Pumpkin Pie from Bestitch Me Fabrics. I love Verdal, love it. So, and all the Madame Chantilly's will be on a 40 count Verdal so that they're interchangeable if I decide to frame them that way. All right, what's next? Also worked on Love Bugs. This one, Ryan actually picked out, as I was finishing up my Flosstube last week. I was about to walk out the shed and I had him pick, and this is what he picked for me to work on. So here is Love Bugs from Talon Emblem. I think I actually showed y'all this in my last video, maybe? I can't remember. Anyway, it's pretty. You can see it again. So it's looking really good. It is on a, I want to say 28 count Lugana in Sage from Dying For You, I think that's what that is. Okay. There's the bag from this Christmas Eve, and that brings us to the bottom of the pile. The last time I spoke to you, we had picked out categories for May, but WhipGo had not come up yet. We did get 3 WhipGo numbers this month because a lot of people leave space 13 as a free space. I did not. So I have 3 WhipGo projects to work on this month. So I have Hummingbird, Pixie, and luckily all 3 of the people, so my board is all friends that choose from my whips, and they can choose from anything except my focus pieces. And all 3 of them happen to choose something that I didn't choose for categories, so that worked out great. So number 5 picked Hummingbird Pixie, and I put 500 stitches in all these. Number 13 picked Mad Tea Party, and number 19 picked Love Stitching, which is that Mill Hill kit I started and have barely worked on. So that's great. And then, so we have those 3. We have our Sal, which is Living with Charm. We have our 5 focus pieces, which are Fairy Tale Lands 2, World Postage Stamp, Mini Alice in Dolly Dream, Haunted Mansion, and Spangled. And then our 5 categories, which are my Quirky Quaker Unicorn / once it's finished, QS Ladybug. Category 2 will be Dark Queen of the Sea. Category 3, Heartful of Gratitude. Category 4, Flora and Fauna. And Category 5, Aurora. So it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning on May 1st. So I'm hoping to get to stitch on one of those for probably a couple hours before I head to bed. So, and then let's take a look at what's winning the polls right now, shall we? If anybody's even voted. I remember how to get to it. YouTube Studio. Did it get published? Well, that's just comments, okay. I'm not sure how to view my poll from my phone. I hope the AC's kicking back on. View channel. That's what I want to do. Community. Found it. Okay, currently Lilith of Labrador is winning at 40%. Celebrate Christmas is at 38%, and Dark Queen of the Earth at 22%. So with 45 votes, I much appreciate all the votes I've been getting. There was 70 on the last poll, which I think a couple people voted after I closed it because the 2 weren't tied. Anyway, so I will probably be working on Lilith of Labrador today unless something changes in the next 12 hours. All right. So that is it for me this week. I know it's brief. It was that or not get a video this week. So I felt like I should get on here and show you what I worked on so I can put all this up, because it just sits next to my chair and it's like the leaning tower of whips. So now I can get it put up. So if you're new here, welcome. I hope you found something that you enjoy and keeps you coming back for more. If you're a returning friend and subscriber, thank you so much for coming back week after week, and I truly appreciate you. Thank you for watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the ways that you show you love me, and I will see y'all next week.